All right, well, I think it is about 8, so why don't we get started? So, welcome everyone to the Pure Haven party for the fundraiser for ACB Next Generation. I'm Maria Kristich. I'm the treasurer of ACB Next Generation and also a member of the fundraising committee. Thank you all for joining. The link to the party is in the announcement that was sent to the ACB Next Generation list. And of course, this evening, Annie and Jen would be happy to help you place an order if you would like. And if you need the assistance as well, we can certainly have you go into a breakout room in order to do that if you'd like. So thank you to Jen and Annie for your willingness to present this evening, and I am going to pass it over to you.
Thank you so much for all joining us. I want to first of all thank Annie for helping me with the presentation. I think the very most important thing is that we should start with our why, and then I'll start with my why. Annie will give her why, and then she will go and she'll do some presentation on Pure Haven, and then we shall take questions if there are any. First of all, I have a son who has autism, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Time when he was younger, he would just put up an extreme fuss about baths and showers, and we just never understood why. And then when I talked to a good friend of mine, she told me about that there are known harmful chemicals / ingredients in everyday use products. I thought I was doing good. I was using Baby Magic. I was using Johnson & Johnson. Well, we all know the story about Johnson & Johnson now, but anyway, so she told me about non-toxic products. I had a party. He took a shower. At that time, they did not have kids' body wash and shampoo, nor baby wash and shampoo. However, he took a shower. He was washing his hair. He's like, "Mom, I can take a shower with my eyes open." He just fell in love with it. He said, "Mom, buy this stuff forever, okay?" So that's what got me into having more parties. And then one day, it's like, my family really benefits from this stuff. Why don't I be a consultant and share the wonderful message with others about non-toxic products, as well as the scary message about known harmful ingredients in everyday use products. Annie?
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. It's great to hear your story. One of the things I love most about being part of this Pure Haven community is hearing stories like yours and kind of having a front row seat of getting to hear all of these wonderful transformational stories that people are sharing thanks to Pure Haven. Everyone has their different reasons why, or their different aspects of their home or their life or their children or their husbands. Whatever it is, what has brought them and caused them to stay and love Pure Haven so much. My story is not too dramatic. I did not have any we hear a lot of people who had asthma or people who had eczema, people who had someone dealing with cancer, all sorts of issues that brought them searching for these safer products. That was not the case for me. I was kind of blissfully unaware of the issue, and I was expecting baby number 4. Now we have 5, but at that time, 9 years ago, I was expecting number 4, and a friend of mine from our homeschool co-op shared this concept with me about the ingredients in our personal care products enter our skin, go absorb into our bloodstream through our skin. I had never even thought about that before. Our skin is our body's largest organ, and so when you put a product onto your skin, the skin is not a barrier, but it's more of a carrier. It's drawing the ingredients right into your bloodstream without any digestive system like we have for when we eat a food. So she mentioned that it's actually more important for us to consider the ingredients that we're putting on our skin or our scalp than it is to even what we're eating. And we all know that we should be eating healthy diets, and that was the sort of thing I had always grown up thinking about or knowing about, but I had never considered the element of what's going on our skin. And then she shared with me that unfortunately, a lot of the ingredients that are being used in standard personal care products are linked to adverse or harmful health conditions, like some of the ones I just mentioned: eczema, asthma, autism, Alzheimer's, cancer, ADHD, and a whole myriad of migraines is another big one people struggle with, autoimmune disorders. And she shared this list of particular ingredients and research that has linked the ingredients to those harmful or, health conditions that nobody wants to have to deal with. And then my friend encouraged me to go look at my products that I was using and not just consider the front of the label, what it says, what it claims. A lot of companies claim natural or botanical or even organic. They'll list off ingredients that they have that sound good, like lavender or aloe, and then they'll still unfortunately contain harmful ingredients. I even had a product I had been trusting that was saying it was fragrance free, but when I looked closer at the label, I found that it still contained fragrance. What they were saying was that it was unscented, it did not have a smell, but it still did contain ingredient fragrance. So the marketing is tricky. The tiny labels are impossible to understand and discern and read. They're very tricky with their marketing and their labeling. And unfortunately, they are unregulated. They can put anything that they want on the product label. They can say anything they want, and they can put anything they want into the product and not even have to disclose everything that they put into the product. So unfortunately, this industry of personal care and home care is like the wild, wild west. You don't know what you're going to get, or it is very difficult to find a company that is being as open and forthright about what it is that they're using in, as ingredients. So after hearing about this, my friend had shared a little pocket guide to harmful ingredients. It is also available on the internet. So, if you need the website for that, you can let us know. But it is a wonderful resource that helped me get started checking my products that I was using in my home to see if any of them contained those harmful ingredients that I did not want to be exposing my family to. So right away, when my friend shared all this with me, I became very overwhelmed because I was thinking, how can I possibly check everything? I'm not a biochemist. I'm a busy mom. I don't have, degree in biology or, know all the formulations and all the laws or anything. How can I possibly find out if all of my products, have all of these harmful ingredients? So I did some looking around at some of the things, and I really just focused on the top 2 ingredients that were on this ingredients to avoid list my friend had shared with me. And I found those 2 ingredients, which were fragrance and parabens. I found fragrance and parabens in every single product that I was using in my home. And I knew that I did not want to keep exposing my family to those harmful ingredients. Fragrance and parabens are linked to their neurotoxins. They are autoimmune disorder or endocrine disruptors. They are respiratory, harmful to our respiratory systems. And they are linked to just a myriad of health issues. So I knew that if I was finding fragrance and parabens in all of my products that I had been using, I would probably, also had many other ingredients to avoid within those same products. And I decided that I did not want to keep exposing my family to that type of adverse health issues and having, kind of bombarding our bodies with ingredients that are not natural, that are not what our bodies are meant to have to withstand. So I was so thankful for the Pure Haven solution. And that solution is that everything they make, they promise, and they are quite obsessed with not using any harmful ingredients. They have the most extensive list of ingredients to avoid than any other company out there. And they are very, very strict with all of their ingredient sourcing, where they're getting ingredients, their formulations, what mixes and what mixes together to cause different reactions. They're making sure that there are no contaminants in any of the products. They are testing 4 times the water to make sure that the water that is even in the products is cleaner after going in, before coming into their facility. They test it and treat it and make sure that it is filtered and pure before putting it into the products. And they are manufacturing their products in our USDA certified organic facility in the United States. These are claims and facts about our company that no other company out there can say all of the above. So it has been a huge weight off of my shoulders to be able to trust that every single product we bring into our home that's Pure Haven, that across the board, we're using, we can know for sure that what we are using is safe and effective too. It's been wonderful to not only be able to trust, but also be able to enjoy the products, like Jennifer's son actually enjoying taking a shower, or things do smell wonderful. They work very well, and it does not feel like a sacrifice to switch to something safer. In fact, it feels like a wonderful peace of mind, burden lifted, and excellent, effective solution for our home. So I have been thrilled for the past 9 years to be able to trust Pure Haven and have that kind of burden of making those decisions, finding those products for my family, to know that I can trust Pure Haven. And we have this pocket guide of harmful ingredients, again, that is online and available to help educate and share what some of these harmful ingredients are and how maybe why you should be on the lookout for them. And also we have a full line of products throughout your home that you're using on a daily basis, so that you're not having to sacrifice, like I mentioned, you're still able to enjoy the full luxury of things you would normally be using in your home. So I don't know, Jennifer, if you want to insert anything at any time, you can. Feel free to interrupt me. But I wanted to take a moment to have you just think through all the things that you are using in your home. I know that when I first heard this, I kind of thought, well, I'm a pretty low maintenance person. I don't dye my hair. I don't get my nails done. I don't do a lot of makeup. So I probably am not really exposed to as many harmful ingredients as most people. It's probably not a big issue for me. But I heard a statistic that the average woman is exposed to over 168 harmful ingredients as she's getting ready in the morning. So that's not even throughout the whole day. And that caused me to think, would that be true for me because I don't do as much? But even a low maintenance person like myself, we all are still using shampoo, conditioner, likely, maybe bar soap or body wash, toothpaste, deodorant. There's also cleaners that we're using in our home, laundry detergent that we're using to wash our clothes and sheets and towels, any sort of surface cleaner spray you might be using to clean, hand soap, hand lotion, and maybe if you're using skincare, cleanser, moisturizer, toner, eye cream, those kinds of things that we use to try to take care of our bodies. And those are kind of just the basics, maybe some lip gloss or lip balm, maybe some mascara if you're getting fancy. But these items are just sort of regular things that we're using on a daily basis. And if each of those are containing at least 2, those fragrance and parabens that I mentioned, that right there is already 24 harmful exposures that we are putting onto our body and into our bloodstream as just a normal person, even my husband, a low-key guy. And with my children, I didn't want their little bodies to be exposed to 24 or more, harmful ingredients in one single day. Now, I know we can't control everything that we're exposed to environmentally or when you're out and about. Maybe you're at school or at the office. Maybe, you're traveling. You can't always control everything that you're exposed to, but we can control or reduce our body's burden by regulating more closely what it is that we are using on a regular basis in our homes. So some of the products that my family has really been using most and blessed by these solutions in our home. Like I said, I have not had any issues with eczema or asthma or, itchy skin or scalp issues, but I get to hear of these solutions all across the country, people experiencing wonderful results. And my family is using them all throughout our home. Some of our favorites include the laundry detergent. With 5 kids, you can imagine I'm doing a lot of laundry. We are thankful for laundry detergent that is not containing harmful ingredients because it's touching our skin 24/7. Well, unless you're in the shower, but I guess even then you're using a towel that was laundered. So it is important. It's an important area. Another important area is to consider switching that my family has enjoyed is the shampoo and conditioner. I have found that my scalp is no longer itchy or greasy after just one day. I can go longer between washes. Today I have a bit of a hat head because I wore my beanie in the morning when my hair was wet. But I have enjoyed soft, full hair. That we love how that performs. And it's wonderful to know that our scalp or any place where we have more hair on our body, like our scalp, our armpits, the groin area, those are all places where the ingredients absorb even more quickly So those areas are a great place to start if you are thinking about switching to something that is safer. So the shampoo, deodorant, this is a deodorant that definitely works. We have a baking soda option or a non-baking soda option. I will confess that I am a stinky girl if I do not wear deodorant. When I use this one, I do not stink. So it is very effective for me. And my kids are starting to use it as they get older. And I'm thankful for them to have a safe option, especially because deodorant absorbs right into the area right near our breasts. So it is important not to use any deodorant with aluminum or parabens, because both of those are directly linked to breast cancer and are often found, those ingredients, parabens and aluminum, are found in breast cancer tumors, and they're in that quadrant, right, where we're putting the deodorant. So it is a very important place to make the switch and I highly recommend that. Another area that is wonderful to switch over is the soaps that you're using, because again, that's going all over your body, soaps and lotions. So it is a great, especially if you're dealing with any sort of eczema or itchy, dry skin, be using these products with beneficial and nutritious, I almost said nutritious, beneficial ingredients for our skin to allow our skin to be properly hydrated and properly nourished so that it can thrive. So the lotions and soaps. And I'll mention one more, that is our skincare. Now, back to when I first started looking at my ingredients, the skincare system that I had been using for years contained multiple parabens and fragrance and several other ingredients to avoid in each of the steps that I was using. You know, even just a simple system of cleansing, toner, and moisturizer, each of those containing several harmful ingredients, and using it twice a day, morning and night. So I knew I needed to find a better solution for my skincare. And thankfully, Pure Haven has an incredible skincare line that is unparalleled, because no one else is using such pure ingredients, that is loaded with beneficial a lot of floral ingredients that have been used for all of time to be healing and very powerful hydrators to keep our skin looking young and glowing. We even use prebiotics and probiotics in our skincare to help feed and nourish the skin's microbiome. I've always thought about the gut microbiome and how important that is to be healthy, but had not before considered my skin also needing that royal treatment. So I highly recommend our 5-piece skincare set. And if you are like me, before I was not using very many skincare items, but now I cannot go to sleep without doing my skincare, washing my face every night. Those 5 steps take me 3 minutes max, and I feel is definitely worth it and has caused my skin to feel soft and glowing, never feels dry, I know that it is benefiting me as opposed to hurting my health. Oh, yes.
You do bring up a wonderful point, because before I started using Pure Haven, I never really used my skincare either. Mm-hmm. And I just, can't go to bed without using my skincare. It's very energizing, relaxing. I have a story to share.
Uh-huh.
Christopher had acne in a very, very odd spot. You know how some boys like their hair super short? Well, the acne on the back of his head. And it was a humongous bump. So we took the clear up, morning and night, 3 days, it was gone just like that. It disappeared just like that. In the clear up, product, if you like the smell of green tea, you are absolutely going to love the clear product.
Yes. So Jennifer, thank you. That's a good reminder. So the skincare that I was referring to is the Refresh skincare with pre and probiotics. Jennifer is mentioning another skincare line we have that's called Clear Up, and it's ideal for acne prone or oily skin. And yes, helps with those blemishes, smells amazing. I particularly smell, she mentioned green tea, but also cucumber, and that is very refreshing. It is a simple 3-step system, so it's very easy and effective for specifically the oily or acne prone skin. So that's a great one. My teenagers are enjoying learning to wash their faces and be so good about their skincare every night, and I'm thankful for those options. So yes, I will just share a little bit more about the ways that you can join us and with Pure Haven. If this is the first you're hearing about this issue of toxic ingredients being in products, I know it can be discouraging, it can be overwhelming, and it can be a bit frustrating or maddening that, what, this is happening? Why are they letting these ingredients be in these products? It can be kind of, maddening. But I wanted to make sure that you knew that Jennifer or I are here to answer any questions, help you sift through some of that discouragement or overwhelm. Pure Haven makes it simple by promising you that they have done all the research. I mean, you feel free to do the research yourself too and ask all the questions. They have thought about it all. They've formulated and manufactured and sourced and tested all of these products to and with the promise that they will not compromise on ingredients. So we encourage you to give these products a try, whether it is, a big switcheroo or one product at a time. Whatever it is, switching over to safer, this safer option will relieve your body burden and, just be a gift to your family and a gift to your body, to be functioning as it is intended, without burdening it with harmful ingredients. So we encourage you to think through what you're using in your home. Pick out an item or two that you would be ready to try the safer alternative, and shop with Jennifer and with this fundraiser. Also, a wonderful way to bring more products into your home is by hosting. We offer generous rewards to people who are willing to share Pure Haven with their friends. So if you would be willing to host, we could do a Zoom gathering like this, or if you're local to Jennifer, something in person with your friends where everyone can smell. I was about to say taste, so we don't want to taste it, but it would be okay if you taste it. Smell and try, touch all of these products, and then you can earn lots of free or discounted products for your family. So that's a wonderful way to bring in more new solutions into your home. And then the third option is to join. Like Jennifer mentioned, she knew that she wanted to keep using these products, and she knew she wanted to have it be something that she could share with other people. So she joined as a consultant. Same for me. Right away, I knew I wanted to load my home with this good stuff, and I wanted to do it for less and be able to tell everyone I knew about it. So I joined as a consultant to be able to help share. Whether you're, joining our mission as a customer shopping, we have a preferred customer program where you can have discounts and free shipping. Or if you would like to host, just let us know, or join so that you too can help share and bring home discounted products for your family. Whatever it is, we want to encourage you to take that step, even one little step forward toward reducing your family's body burden and live healthier, because you are not putting these harmful ingredients into your bodies through your skin. I guess if there's anything else that anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
This is Melina. I have a couple of questions and a comment. So I'm going to start with the fun thing first.
Okay.
You know, some of the products do actually taste good. The pink grapefruit sugar scrub and the lemon sugar scrub do taste amazing, and there's nothing harmful in them.
That's right.
I gave those as Christmas presents to my two oldest nieces a few years ago, and all of a sudden my sister-in-law was like, "What are you doing?" And my nieces were like, "It's okay, Mom, it tastes good." So
that's so funny. I can confess I did the same thing when they first brought out the candy cane sugar scrub. I tasted it. It's really yummy, organic candy cane in there. So
yeah, the only one that I tried that didn't taste good when they had it was the lavender. I wasn't crazy about that one, but
yeah.
They don't carry that one anymore. So my question is, I've used some of the Refresh skincare products. I have not used any of the, what'd you call it, Clear Up?
Uh-huh.
Is that a full line like the Refresh, or how does that differ?
Yeah, so the Refresh skincare system, I think altogether has 7 pieces. If you count the exfoliator and the charcoal mask, which are nice. Those are not daily use, but anyway, Clear Up is just 3 pieces. It's a cleanser, a toner, and a serum. So it's ideal for that type of skin, acne or oily prone, but also it's great for teens or preteens who are getting used to washing their face or having a simple system, nothing too complicated. It is more for reducing the blemishes and the oils, whereas the Refresh skincare is more for the anti-aging and, youthful glow, help with wrinkles, dark spots, and dull skin. So it's kind of more of like the anti-aging side of things versus the acne side. Yeah.
Hey, Ani, this is Maria. I had a couple of questions and great presentation. First, I was wondering, when we were planning this, Jen was mentioning with this timing, the holiday products will be out then. So I was wondering if you could talk a bit about those. I suspected the candy cane is a big part of that. That sounded yummy. And then the other question, several of us, we have, animals or any kind of pets, but I was thinking, several of us here in the blindness community have guided dogs. I myself have got my working guide and my retired guide. So I have 2 chocolate labs. And, yes. And so I was wondering, I know Pure Haven, I think Jen mentioned that there were some products for pets. So I was wondering if you could talk about those.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so that is one of the things I love about Pure Haven too. With you don't think about things, you might think about things going into our skin that we're putting on our skin, but also those pets, like they're walking around on the floors and on I don't know if they're allowed on the couch or with the blankets or what, the carpets. So it's nice to have safe cleaners for them too. But yes, we do have a bit of a pet line. There is a pet shampoo, and there is a paw balm. So it's nice, moisturizing balm for their paws. That's more for dogs. I'm not sure if cats would tolerate it. And then there is a pet odor deodorizing spray, pet stain and odor, I think it's called. But I will tell you, the pet stain and odor spray bottle is like a 4-ounce little mini bottle, and you're going to want the bigger size of that one. And the bigger size is not labeled for pets, it's labeled for everybody, and it's called Master Blaster. It's kind of a funny name, but it is our stain lifter and deodorizing spray. It's wonderful for laundry spots, pet stains, any kind of odors anywhere in your house, whether it's sneakers or gym mats or clothes. We use it most often for any kind of stain on the carpet, on the couch, on the laundry. So you want to look for Master Blaster. It's a better value. You get the bigger bottle, better price per ounce, and it's the same formula as what's listed on the pet odor spray. So yeah, those are our pet products. The shampoo is very nice. You could use it yourself. It smells lovely and is, using no preservatives, nothing that's going to hopefully, be extra itchy for the pet's skin. And you don't want those harmful ingredients going into their skin either.
Sure.
And then, as for the holiday, I'm glad you asked. I'm still a little bit in denial that it's November and that we have holiday stuff here now. But yes, for the holiday season, Pure Haven is known for our scents. So we're not using synthetic fragrance, which causes asthma and migraines and all kinds of autoimmune disorders. We are using real essential oils or botanicals from fruits, flowers, even vegetables, things that smell wonderful, or candy canes in this case. And so every month there's usually a seasonal scent that comes out. And this month we had candy cane. Well, actually it came out in October. So candy cane is out. We have hand soap, body lotion, that sugar scrub that Milena mentioned. That's wonderful for exfoliating the skin. And I'm forgetting two of the other things. Maybe Jen can help me. What else is out? Oh, a candle, which is lovely to have a toxin-free candle option. So we can have those candles burning this time of year. Everyone likes the scented candles, but we don't need all of that harmful toxins in our homes, which they say is a huge pollutant that we're just putting right into our homes. So it's great to have the candle that's toxin-free. And there's still...
You mentioned the candy cane, hand and body lotion, right?
Yes.
Candy cane, sugar body scrub, candy cane candle, candy cane moisturizing hand soap. I
thought there was a fifth one. Oh, body wash. Yeah. That was the fifth one. So, yep, hand soap, body wash, sugar scrub, hand and body lotion, and candle. Those are the five candy cane. Yes. And we offer them at discounts if you purchase them as a set. So we have the discount on the set of 5, or there's also discounts on other pairs. So the pairings make really nice gifts, like the hand soap and the hand lotion together. Makes a really nice combo. And those are available at a discount when you get them in sets. And speaking of sets, just this month, so just 2 days ago, they released 7 different sets for giving this holiday season. And several, 2 of them come in a beautiful bag too, like a reusable, lovely zipper pouch with a bamboo soft logo bag. So we have gift sets like that Clear Up. There's the Clear Up cleanser and toner combined with a watermelon, which is another one of my most favorite seasonal scents we offer. Watermelon body wash and hand and body lotion. That's in a set together with a beautiful bag. That's a white bag that can be used like for cosmetics or travel. Another set is a manicure and pedicure gift set. So we have a foot therapy soak, which is like little crystals that you put into the water when you submerge your feet and let them soak. And then a foot therapy cream that you put on after. You could use the sugar scrub in between to scrub off all of the dead skin after you soak. And also it comes with hand cream and cuticle balm, as well as our Pure Sunshine Rollerball scent, which is more like a coconut vanilla smell. It's very scrumptious. And you roll it right on like a perfume almost. You're using we don't want to use that synthetic fragrance, so that roller ball. And it comes in a beautiful teal gift bag that's, again, very soft and can be used for, has a zipper, can be used for cosmetics or other travel. There is a pink grapefruit set. Pink grapefruit is a fan favorite for one of our seasonal scents, and that set contains the deodorant and the body wash in sugared pink grapefruit. There's also an orange bergamot set. Orange bergamot is another of our seasonal scents. It's kind of more manly, but anyone can use it. It has a deodorant, a hair texturizing gel, and a body wash and shampoo combo. My husband really likes this set, and I use the orange bergamot deodorant as well as that pink grapefruit. So these seasonal scents are not always out, but they brought them out again for the holidays in those sets. There's 3 more sets. One is a lip plumping gloss and multi-stick, which is for highlighting, like a bronzer around, we have a bronzer stick. So this is the highlighter stick that, if those of you who are into makeup. We have a wellness bundle. That's a bundle of 5 products that you can use to promote wellness during this cold and flu season, like essential oils and a headache stick, and our Mom Balm, which is great for dry, cracked skin. And then the last bundle is our Super Greens shampoo and conditioner with our Sweet Orange Dream Cream. I'll tell you, those are some of my husband's most favorite products. I use that shampoo and conditioner, and he does too. And then he loves that Sweet Orange Dream Cream for dry hands. It's awesome on eczema too. So these are some of the gift sets we have out right now. You can get those products all individually, but it's nice when they're packaged and sold at a discount for you to try yourselves or give away this season. So thanks for asking about those sets. I know that's maybe more than you bargained for. Lots of choices.
Indeed. All right. Thank you for that. I think I was going to talk about fundraising, but I think we've been doing well and we're a smaller group at the moment. So I think we can just, if anyone has a question, feel free to unmute and go ahead and ask. And if you're not, the unmute is Alt-A on a PC, Command-Shift-A on a Mac, the unmute button in the lower left-hand corner of your mobile device screen, and I think that covers. I don't see anyone on the phone.
I would like to add to what Annie said. The travel sets that she was talking about, they are small enough to be able to be carried on the airplane with you. The Super Green shampoo and conditioner I absolutely love too. I can just wash my hair and go like a week if needed or if wanted, and not wash it. I also use the Super Green detangler in between, and that's very nice. I have really long hair, pretty much all the way down my back, and just a few squirts of it help takes out the tangle, just like that. Any questions, Maria? Yeah. Maria, are there any questions?
I have a question, and this is Mo Carpenter. What is the one product that you didn't think that you needed to replace that really surprised you when you started using it?
Oh, great question. Oh my. Well, as far as replacing, I would say the detergent, because I thought I was using a safe detergent. I was using one that said it was free of scent and free of harmful ingredients, free and clear. So I thought I was using a safer option until I looked deeper at the ingredients, and unfortunately still did find fragrance and found out that the fragrance they were putting to mask the smell, so they could still say it was unscented. And now the laundry detergent that we are enjoying as like I mentioned, a big family, it lasts us a long time. So here's the other surprising thing. It comes in a much smaller bag than you're used to. I was used to getting that huge jug. So it comes in a 2-pound bag of powder, but you use this little tiny scoop of powder detergent, and it works beautifully. And so I'm using less, and it lasts a long time. I can trust that it's safe, and so I was surprised that didn't really know I needed to switch that, and have been pleasantly surprised now that I have. Also, I was not thinking I needed all those different skincare steps, but I am 42 now, just had my birthday last week, a week ago, and I have been using this skincare every single night for the past 4 years, and have loved how it makes my skin feel. So I'm using serums now, like a night serum. I'm using a hyaluronic acid during the day. I'm using an eye cream. Those were things that I wasn't using before and didn't really know I needed, but now my skin is thanking me for that, for taking good care of it. So probably those would be my...
Okay, for me, like I said, at first, I knew that there were harmful ingredients in other products, but I didn't realize how bad they were. I didn't realize that just switching shampoo would make a difference for my son. And not just for him, but for everyone. And same thing as Annie, I didn't realize that I needed to be washing my face like that. When we are out as a family on a city bus or whatever, this story is a little embarrassing, but Christopher and I were out together one day, and some guy said, "You have a real beautiful girlfriend." He tapped me on the shoulder. "She's my mom."
Ah!
So that was a little embarrassing, but when we're all out, people will say to Michael, "You have 2 really well-behaved children. That lady over there, she's my wife." So that proves that the skincare, the hair care products are doing their job.
Aging in reverse, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Embarrassing, but in a good way, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. All right.
This is Maria regarding the detergent. So do you, with it being a powder, do you just wash like that without the scent and you find it's still okay, or do you add some, because I am seeing some like essential oils and such as well. Do you ever add some drops of those? Is that compatible if you do want a bit of a scent?
Yeah, that's a great question. I know that can be a difficult transition if you're used to having scented, the laundry coming out and smelling clean because it has a certain scent. We've sort of been trained to feel that a scent, like clean, is a smell. But actually without the smell, it's still clean. But yes, if you want to have a smell in your laundry, we don't recommend using or have any replacement for fabric softener sheets. But what I use in my dryer are wool balls that you can get a set of 6, like on Amazon, or that's where I got mine. They're wool, and they tumble around inside the dryer, and they help with static instead of the fabric softener sheets. It's not fabric softener sheets. What do they call them? But anyway, the dryer sheets. Yeah. So instead, what you can do is put some drops of essential oil on those wool dryer balls And then there's just that light scent. It doesn't often stay in the clothes too well, but when you're kind of pulling the clothes out, you're smelling that nice scent, whatever you chose. So whether it's lavender or sweet orange or lemon, those are some common ones that are lovely in the dryer. Also, I use the Master Blaster that I was telling you about. I have a refill bottle right on top of my dryer and my washer. So sometimes I put the Master Blaster in the wash load in the place where fabric softener or bleach would go. And then I will also sometimes spray the Master Blaster, because it comes also in a spray bottle, into the dryer. So, put the wet clothes in, spray the Master Blaster in there 5 or 6 times. And then that also helps have a lovely scent. It's very light. It's not going to be like what you're used to with a fragrance detergent, but at least it has a little bit of a scent.
Yeah, and at least it's a natural
yes.
scent. Yeah.
Right.
I was just gonna mention that I do that too with the Master Blaster. Another thing I do too is I have a wet washcloth, and I spray that with the Master Blaster, and I put that in the dryer too. It does make the clothes smell nice, but not as scented as what you're used to, because you need to get used to a different type of scent, because you don't realize that you're actually doing more harm to yourself with not knowing what is creating that scent. Because like Annie said before, companies can just put whatever they want on the label or whatever they don't want to. But in other countries, they have much more stricter rules and guidelines. We don't here in the United States. And we at Pure Haven choose to list every single one of our ingredients. We choose to expose what we have in our products. And not only that, we as consultants can offer you an informational sheet. When you order a product, we can offer you for free, no cost. We can email you an informational sheet that will explain why such particular ingredients were picked to go in the products that you have.
Yeah, there's such care that is put in. Yeah, specifically why each ingredient is in there and what it's doing, how it's benefiting you. So not only are we removing harmful ingredients, but instead inserting the good stuff. And yeah, I don't think I adequately explained the fragrance thing. I've read recently that fragrance is the new secondhand smoke, and that cleaning with products that have fragrance is likened to smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, and it is as harmful to your body as smoking. So when we're using those air fresheners or plug-ins or laundry detergent and cleaners and hair products and skincare and lotions, and it really adds up, unfortunately, and is causing your migraines, causing your headaches, causing your asthma, causing autoimmune disorders and more. So it's a big one. It's my number one no-no. So it's good to get away from that. This month, every month, there is a free product when your order is over $95. And this month, the free product is a sweet vanilla cinnamon room spray, speaking of fragrance. So you can have, instead of Febreze, you can use Master Blaster or this sweet vanilla cinnamon room spray to help freshen things up, help it smell good, but without the harmful fragrance. And that comes free with your $95 order. Another way to save is with a $150 purchase, you become a preferred customer and you get free shipping forever, and as well as other discounted items each month. There's no fees, there's no requirements. So it's just with that first order as kind of a threshold at 150. If you hit that, then you're enjoying all those benefits of being a preferred customer, like the free shipping and discounted orders. So I recommend kind of, if you're near either of those levels as you're making your order, placing your order, that you can have the free product at $95 and free preferred customer free shipping at $150. So just some things to think about. Any other thoughts or questions?
Okay. Sorry, I was having trouble unmuting. I think I'm unmuted now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. The thing I would like to add is that once you become a preferred customer and you get that free shipping, your next order to get free shipping and a product of the month that's only for a preferred customer, you will need to spend only $70 to get free shipping. After your after your first order of $150, you can customize your bundle. We do have bundles that are already put together, but most of my preferred customers prefer to make their own bundle. So when you're at checkout, your order becomes $150 or more. It's gonna say, hey, you want to become a preferred customer? Definitely click yes, so you can get that free shipping. And then you'll automatically get the vanilla spray because you spent over $95.
Yeah. We love those money-saving tips, don't we?
What is the preferred customer product this month?
Yeah, in November, they're doing the set of the Candy Can hand lotion and hand and body lotion is 20% off when you get the set for preferred customers. So normally that set would be $37.95 and it's $30 and 36 cents for preferred customers.
Thank you.
This is Maria. So with the preferred customers, so do you, so after you enroll, so do you have to place that order, every month, or is there like a renewal, fee or renewal enrollment of $150 each year or something like that? Or is that a one-time item and then you can place the orders as you wish and it's the free shipping, with the 70 or over?
You can, you'll get an email every other month saying that it's time to order. However, you can defer as many times as you want, and you will be a preferred customer for life.
Yep, it's just a one-time enrollment. There's no fees. There's no renewal every year. There's no monthly requirement that you need to order ever again. Yes, as Jennifer said, there is an optional auto ship where you can have things shipped to you at the interval of your choice, but that is an option that you would not need to use. You can just place orders when you're ready for them and still enjoy those benefits.
All right.
Which is really nice. I think most, yeah.
All right. Does anyone else have questions? I'm not seeing any hands raised, but again, I think we can.
So I do have one more question. For this fundraiser, if you're a preferred customer, do you place on the party, or how does that work?
You can place your, am I unmuted?
Yes.
Okay. You can place your order on the party with the party number, because the only way you can do that, you have to not do your I can't talk tonight. You may not do your scheduled order. You need to place it yourself, and you would just cancel your order. You would just need to place it manually. And if you need help with that, I am more than happy to help you.
So yes, Melena, if you just use that party, I guess Jennifer has a party ID number, so when you're placing the order, use that party as opposed to using the auto ship system.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been great to share with you. It is definitely our mission. Our main mission is to kind of get this topic out there and educate and let people know about it. It's kind of one of those things that you just don't know until someone tells you. So it's been my pleasure to be able to share that with you, like my dear friend shared with me those 9 years ago. And if you have any other thoughts or questions as you're perusing the website and considering what kinds of changes you can make for your family, please feel free to reach out to Jennifer. She's capable. She's a pro too. She's been at it for a while as well. And or myself, I'd be happy to help. You message me, you can find me on Facebook, or we can text, whatever. So I'm just happy to have had the opportunity to share with you and encourage you to, make some of these changes little by little, just to help your body and your family function more healthy and strong, and make these safe swaps for your family.
Thank you for doing this with me, Annie. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for asking me.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ladies from Next Gen, for coming and explaining this all to us.
Very good.
And the headache sticks are fabulous.
Oh. Yes, the headache stick. And I didn't mention that headache stick is part of one of those, the wellness bundle, the Christmas set or holiday set. And I never mentioned another family favorite is their boo-boo stick. We love. So handy tools to have around.
Mm-hmm. The headache stick is, like Lindsay said, is amazing. You just rub it on your forehead. Got a sinus headache, rub it under your nose, the back of your neck, give it a little bit. It helps. I'm not saying it's replaced with medication, not at all, but it sure does help.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else want to share their favorite product?
Well, let's see. Besides the sugar scrubs, although I haven't bought them in a while, I kind of got into making my own, which has been kind of fun. The shave gel smells like key lime. Love it. I use the Dream Cream every day. I have some of the Super Greens, the Tangler that Jennifer talked about. She's not wrong. It does work fairly well, even on my tangled messes that I get sometimes. What is it called? Scrubbing cleanser. It's lemon scented, and that smells really good when I use that to clean my bathroom sink and stuff. So those are some of my favorites right now.
It's also very good for greasy dishes, overly greasy dishes. I prefer the scrubbing cleanser over the dish soap because I like my bubbles.
I almost asked about the cleaning products because I knew there would be some, but You guys didn't get to those.
Yeah, I only mentioned laundry detergent as a cleaner and Master Blaster. Yeah. Scrubbing cleanser, I have never used it on my dishes, so I'll have to try that. It has a little bit of grit, similar to like a Comet. I grew up with Comet. And I use the scrubbing cleanser on my tile in the shower and with a scrub brush. And then also it's wonderful on like tough messes in the oven or on the stove top, or on pots and pans because of that nice grittiness to it. That's why it's called the scrubbing cleanser. We have a surface cleaner. That's a spray that's wonderful, multi-purpose, can be used on all the surfaces, bathrooms, kitchen counters, tables.
Yeah, I use that quite a bit as well.
You can also use it on electronics. You can use it on electronic too. And there's a cleaning bundle that has surface cleaner, master blaster, glass cleaner, scrubbing cleanser, dish soap, and laundry detergent.
Are they going to bring back the hand sanitizer?
I don't know.
No.
I don't think so.
We have the hands on the go, but not the hand sanitizer.
I liked the hand sanitizer better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was. It also cleaned glasses really good too. But the reason, my understanding is the reason why, it just was not a big seller after, COVID started calming down. It was not nearly as big as a seller as it was at first, but the hands on the go is still available, which has a lemon scent to it. And that can be in place of hand sanitizer.
Yeah, we use that hands on the go a lot for washing our hands without water, like at the park, or have it in my picnic bag or my school bag for when we're at our homeschool co-op and before having lunch. I have it, in our pool bag for same reason, having lunch whenever you're about to eat after play. So that's nice. It does take a longer to rub it. You're like rubbing almost like you're at the sink, rubbing your hands with the soap, and then eventually it dries, and it's quite soft feeling on your hands. Yeah, lots of favorites. I really have been just so thankful throughout these years to have all of these solutions, and they keep coming up with more things like, and the different scents, but also the different products. Like we just released a new makeup line. Things that like the bronzer or highlighter or blush. There's the lip plumping gloss and mascara, and even a lash and brow primer, which apparently is a thing I never knew. But for people, and a skin tint, like a light foundation. So those are wonderful solutions for people who like to play with makeup. And it's just, they're coming up with new things and formulations and substitutes and, new preservation systems and ways of doing things that are new to the industry, and that serve us well. So it's been nice to not feel like we're lacking in options.
If you need help in thinking, okay, I have this, and this product, what does Pure Haven have to help me replace it? We'll find something for you. Another one of my favorite products is called the Boo Boo Stick. Mm-hmm. And people will think, nah, that's just for kids. Nope, adults use it too. Mm-hmm. Use it for scratches and scrapes and burn. It has healing properties in there to help with the healing of the scrape, bumps, or burns that you get. And toners, also another awesome thing to use. Keep it in the refrigerator. Get a burn. Now, we are visually impaired people. We may not want to admit, but we can burn ourselves, easier than people who can see.
Mm.
You take the toner out of the refrigerator, spray it. It helps cool down the burn, and it helps with the heel, which is in the boo-boo stick too.
Yes, my husband reaches for that almost more than the kids, that boo-boo stick.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. It helps with also blemishes, any sort of inflammation, so even zits that pop up. And we've also used it for bug bites. It's a big help for bug bites, which going into winter don't need that as much right now, but definitely comes in handy. Burns, scrapes, dry, cracked skin, eczema patches. It's just very helpful little tool for sure. A lot of times the boo-boo stick is the gateway too. You think, oh, I'll try one little thing. The boo-boo stick has gotten a lot of people hooked on Pure Haven.
This is Maria. That you were saying there was that list of the ingredients to avoid. Where is that right on the website or where?
It is, yeah. If you look in the section purehaven.com, and then there's a section called About Us. There's a few videos in there, and also a drop-down menu that shares about the different ingredients and why they're harmful.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
I will be sharing, I can either email it to you or the whole group. I will also be sharing it when I do my Facebook page as well. But that is a very important list to keep handy.
Okay. Do you want to actually, Jen, do you want to tell people how they can connect in terms of that Facebook Live, where they can find that when it when the time comes?
Yes, I will. I'll be sending a message to the email group, and post it in the lounge if I can find the lounge. Facebook is not playing nice with me. Or I will ask someone else to post it once I have the group up and running. If you want to get in contact with me beforehand, you can email me at jennifer4peerliving@gmail.com. That is JENNIFER, the number 4, PURELIVING@gmail.com.
Yeah, and if you're on Facebook, I'll also share, I have a public group that is full of testimonials and also solutions, like you're talking about, what do you use for which product, for which issue in your home. And also it is a great place to find out about what these new products are, what specials, what kind of perks for preferred customers, the new things, new scents and stuff like that. Jennifer may have a group. You're all welcome to join in there. It's just a public group it's not only my customers, anyone. And that's called Every Home a Pure Haven. So Every Home a Pure Haven is the name of the group. It's just a way of kind of learning more together.
Yeah, and it's no problem. I mean, I'm in several different consulting groups. We bounce ideas off each other. We really do. And we all stand for the same thing, for the same reason, but we may be consulting for different reasons. Like you heard my story, my why. and Anna's story and her why, but they're very different. But we're both here for the same reason, and we all want to make every home a Pure Haven home. That is the goal.
Mm-hmm.
As consultants, do you guys get to give feedback to the company itself? Or do you guys not have much say in what they do?
We do. They are always listening. In fact, you're welcome to email them as well. They're always listening to consultants and customers. Our customer service is one of the most incredible teams I've experienced in any company. Not that I've worked for, but I just mean, when you're contacting customer service or emailing, they're very responsive. So yes, they do listen to us, and we do have the opportunity to share. We're meeting regularly with the CEO and the director of sales. They're very accessible is the word I'm looking for.
I do have a story to share quickly. Christopher had an idea, and I thought it was off the wall idea, but I emailed Pure Haven the next month. I don't know if they actually had that idea planned or if they really took it from Christopher. He had an idea for Apple products. And remember when those Apple products came out in?
Yes.
Christopher actually told me to email them this Apple, that. And one of the people at customer service literally brought Christopher a whole big thing of nothing but caramel apples and had them sent to him.
Wow.
They do listen and they do care. Now, it may take months, it may take a month, it may take years for your idea or products that you want to see come back, because we at Pure Haven follow strict rules, and we will not compromise with anything for any reason.
Yeah. Like that makeup line we've been asking for years and years, and they kept working on it. And then they would get to a certain point and they'd have an ingredient vendor refuse to sign the affidavit. So can't do that anymore. And work on it. And then they would have, something go wrong with the preservation, and they're not going to add any synthetic preservatives. So we're not going to do that, So you're right, Jennifer, they will not compromise, even if it means that we don't have, that certain thing they've been working on. They worked on the body butter for years and years until they got it just right. So that's an incredible product too.
And they are also working on a sunscreen. They still had not found the right solution for it, but they still are trying to get that tube of sunscreen back.
Mm-hmm.
But like Anna said, it may take years and years because we will not compromise. Your health is important to Pure Haven.
Mm-hmm.
It is your decision to make that choice. Your skin, I shall repeat what Anna said, your skin is your largest organ. Your skin absorbs everything you put on it. Mm-hmm. And it eats it up. So think about what you're putting on your skin, not just normally. Think about what you're cleaning with. Your skin is touching it. Think about what you're washing your dishes with. Your skin is touching it. Think about the soap you use, the body wash you use, the shampoo, the conditioner. The list can go on and on. But this is overwhelming for some, which is understandable. That's why we say take it one step at a time, or if you want to jump in with both feet, go for it. We are here to support you in whatever way you want to do it.
Annie, the grapefruit deodorant that you were talking about earlier, in one of the gift sets.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a baking soda or non-baking soda version?
It is baking soda. The baking,
Do you think they come out with a non-baking soda version?
There is a non-baking soda, but it is the unscented, like just kind of cocoa
Right.
scent.
I meant like one of the other
Yeah,
scents.
we were actually just this week, we asked the CEO that in a meeting. We said, are you working on, or can there be a scented deodorant like the pink grapefruit or the orange bergamot with the non-baking soda formula? And she said they have been working on it, but they haven't been able to get it to stick. I don't know if she means like actually form into, or just something about it is not formulating correctly. And so they haven't been able to do it. For some reason, the scent profile that they're using so far hasn't jived with the non-baking soda version. So the two other scents that we have are only in the baking soda at this time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But they are working on it because everyone loves those scented ones. I mean, the normal one, I think it's taste. There I go with the taste thing again. It smells like a thin mint cookie to me, I think.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Chocolate peppermint was good.
Yeah. Chocolate and peppermint, like a thin mint. Yeah. So I think the non-baking soda, regular non-baking soda also has that similar.
Yeah,
smell,
it does.
Right? Yeah, because a lot of times people experience a little bit of sensitivity or rashiness from the baking soda, so it is nice to have the non, but just so far they haven't been able to make it work with any other scent. But at least it's on their radar. I know that they're working on it,
Mm-hmm.
Pink grapefruit has been my favorite scent so far of the deodorant.
This is Maria. You had mentioned at some point in terms of what things taking a while because some the ingredient manufacturers weren't signing this affidavit, and I was just curious. Can you speak to like what kinds of standards are being expected from these ingredient manufacturers?
Yeah, we just heard our CEO was passionately sharing about this, that we can boldly say and claim that we are the only company that's doing all 10 of these things that she was mentioning. And one of those 10 items is that we are requiring affidavits and disclosure of every ingredient and every sub-ingredient, which I believe, my understanding of that is the ingredients that you get when you're combining things or when you're even making or formulating that ingredient. There can be some hidden sub-ingredients, and a lot of companies don't disclose those at all. So we are requiring that they disclose and sign affidavits so that we know for sure that our standards for the ingredients are being followed. So we're formulating our own products. Most companies are working with a formulation house or a third-party manufacturer, which means they may not know how it all fits together. They may not know about those reactions. They may not know about the sub-ingredients. But we are doing that formulation ourselves, so we do know what's happening when the ingredients are combined, and that's something most other companies aren't aware of or are not considering. We are also testing for contamination. We're testing for PFAS, which are forever chemicals, heavy metals, and testing to make sure that our preservation system is going to hold even within the packaging. So it's a strict list of standards and testing, and but never testing on animals, by the way, that's one of them, and manufacturing our own products in our facility. So we have that super strict standard that is not being compromised. Kelsey, I see your hand.
Yes, go ahead, Kelsey.
Okay, well, unlike everyone else here, I'm actually new to Pure Haven. I've never ordered anything. So I guess I'm just curious, like, how does Pure Haven, well, two questions actually. How does Pure Haven differ from something like doTERRA as far as like products are concerned? And secondly, when you place an order, what is the estimated shipping time?
Yeah, well, along the lines of what I was just saying, we can boldly say, and strong, I don't know if boldly is the right word, but just like firmly, positively say that we are the only company out there that is doing all 10 of these things. So far, I've rattled off, I think, just about 4 or 5 of them, or 6. We manufacture our own products. We have our own 4-step water treatment process. We are a USDA certified organic facility. We test every batch multiple times, and we manufacture in the United States. So all 10 of those things cannot be said by any other company. So other companies can say multiple of those things, maybe that, maybe they know or source. They're very carefully sourcing their ingredients, but they may not be formulating and manufacturing them themselves. Maybe their facility is not USDA certified organic, or maybe they are not testing all of their batches, or maybe they are not concerned with contamination. I don't know. There's just no other company out there who's doing all of those things. I know there are a lot of companies like doTERRA who are doing wonderful things and trying to help encourage, in the same way we are, help encourage people to live healthier and make safer choices. So I don't want to ever like talk down. I mean, I have a doTERRA diffuser sitting in my kitchen that I love using. I know that they're doing wonderful things. It's just our standards are more strict, and our process is more thorough and than any other company that we know of. So then as for shipping, we have super fast turnover. When you place an order, it usually ships the next day. And then after that, it is in the hands of USPS. So however long it takes your normal mail to get to you, for me, a lot of times it's just 2 to 3 days. So maybe, 3 business days after I order, the box is here. Of course, holidays, sometimes it can be, or weekends, it can be a little bit longer, but it's pretty quick.
That's nice, because I know with doTERRA, like, I have to wait like a week. I don't know why, but it takes forever.
I can honestly say that their shipping is much faster than doTERRA.
Yeah, I don't know why doTERRA takes so long, but they do. I don't know.
Yeah. One thing I've found that's interesting, and all of the things that we're making are not using standard preservatives. So we're not, everything is made in small batches, literally like stirred or poured by hand, or, yes, some are using a machine to, like to pour in the cleaners. I know that our eye cream, and our candles are all hand poured by someone in small batches. And then, they do have expiration dates that are within 18 months, usually, some shorter than that. So it's nice to know everything is like really cared, made and packaged and shipped with care in those small batches. So my kids are starting to get squirrely.
I hear that.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. I have 4 nieces. I have 3 nieces and a nephew, and they're all crazy. So yeah, ask Melina, she'll tell you. how crazy those children can be.
Yeah.
I've heard the stories. It's true.
Oh, yes.
Do we have any more questions? All right. Well, hearing that, do you both want to repeat your contact information as we start to wrap up here, so that we make sure people have it? And Jenna, if you want to, I know there was the website, but I think you said there was like a party ID, right? Like a number as well, if people already had accounts and they could just enter it in. So that might be something simple if you did want to mention it for someone who's listening to the recording.
Well, I'll start. I'm Annie Kim. There's probably lots and lots of Annie Kims on Facebook, but you're welcome to look for me, and you can find me at Every Home a Pure Haven. Every Home a Pure Haven. That's a Facebook group for more, just staying in touch and learning more about Pure Haven, and then you can easily find me to friend me. I did send friend requests to some of you so far. I love being able to connect and meet new people. So thank you again for having me tonight.
You can send me a friend request if you want.
Great.
Oh, you can send me one too if you'd like.
I have a Facebook group too. I'm just not as
I was gonna say, do you still have it going?
I have a Pure Haven Facebook group too. I'm just not as active as Annie is with it, but mine is just basically Jennifer 4 Pure Living, and you can look me up there. I'm like I said, I'm not as active. I send out an email with the monthly special, which of course I had not done yet because I was getting prepared for this. If you want to be on that email list, just send me an email and I can then make sure you receive the email with the daily specials. I will be sending out 2 different emails because, as you heard tonight, there are a lot of, specials, a lot of crazy things going on this month with the holiday specials and bundles that were put together on top of the normal preferred customer special as well as the customer special of the month. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for asking your questions. And I hope all of them were answered, and I hope that this will give you something to think about, not only for this fundraiser, but how can you make a change within your own life right now? How can you start to live a non-toxic lifestyle? Is it going to be little by little? Is it going to be jumping in with both feet, becoming a preferred customer? Whatever way it is, we're here to support you. I have customers who are willing to help place your orders as well as myself, or if you want, you can just email me and ask me what the Pure Haven phone number is. They are great about helping placing orders over the phone. Their names are Erica and Mandy. They are both absolutely wonderful to work with. They're quick and fast at answering your questions. And thank you again, Annie, for joining us.
Well, it was my pleasure. Thank you all for listening intently. Hopefully I didn't bore you, and thank you for all of your thoughtful questions. It's my joy to share with as many people as I can.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
And and if you would like to, this is for those who may be listening to this recording outside of ACB Next Generation, you can also visit acbnextgeneration.org to learn more about ACB Next Generation, which is an affiliate of the American Council of the Blind, primarily for those who are 40 and under, though we do welcome supporting members who are older than that. And you can find out about joining us and all our programs and exciting things that we have going on. So with that, I am going to close the room. So thank you, everyone. And
I'll just add one more thing, Maria, that you can contact fundraising at acbnextgeneration.org. Sorry.
All right, very good. So fundraising at acbnextgeneration.org.